Hey, what's up? My name is Tyson Brown and I want to welcome you to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. This is Australia's top health and fitness podcast to help you lose weight, look good with your shirt off, feel confident in your body, and finally achieve the goals you want with your health and fitness. So 5 days a week, I'm going to be giving you top information from myself and also from leading experts in the field so you know everything you need to do to get in the best shape of your life. From nutrition to mindset to workout, everything is covered in this podcast and you need to go nowhere else. So like I said, it's going to be 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, in your ears with quick actionable segments that you can implement straight away, because the most important thing is that you can put these things into play. Also, if you listen all the way to the end of the episode, you're going to get 2 special gifts that you can download upon listening to it. So make sure you listen all the way to the end to get those free gifts, okay? So let's get into the episode.
Do you know what the best thing is about Saturday and Sunday morning? Is that I don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. I can actually wake up a little bit later at 5 a.m. And it's like, Jesus, Tyson, really? 5 a.m., that's your big sleeping? And for me, it is. I feel good, I feel fresh. I mean, I still train clients on Saturday and Sunday, but the best thing is I can take a little bit extra time for sleep. So it is currently 5 a.m. instead of 4 a.m. Well, it's 10 past now. Got to wake up, going for a walk in the morning, getting my steps in, and doing this podcast on a Saturday, which again, I don't usually do, but I had some topics in my mind. I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to crush these out. And this topic is actually from my nutrition lecture that I'm studying. And it's about energy balance. Calories in, calories out, all those things. And this is like a little bit of like, I guess you'd say, a hidden secret that people don't know about when it comes to losing weight, because, well, they think their metabolism slows down faster than what it should, and there's usually actually a reason for that. Some people don't notice it, some people do, and that's what I want to talk about today. It's about how to keep your metabolism still churning even when you're losing weight. So, let's say that you have been on a diet for, let's say 10 weeks, and you're getting leaner. You've lost, let's say 5 or 6 kilos, so 10 pounds. Let's say you've lost a pound a week, and you're now 10 pounds lighter. Well, the thing is, you are now burning less calories. And the reason you're burning less calories is because you're 10 pounds lighter, and you don't have to carry as much weight. Because you're lighter, you're not carrying as much weight. The body doesn't have to work as hard to burn as many calories. And this is the first thing that happens when people go, oh, my metabolism is slowing down. It's like, no, you're just getting lighter, and your body doesn't have to work as hard to burn calories. And so that means your metabolism starts to slow down. But that's only one factor. Another factor that happens is that you start to move less. If you don't track your steps, if you don't have a step tracker, what's going to happen is you're going to notice, or you're actually not going to notice, is your body is going to move a lot less than you usually do. You're going to start doing less steps, you're going to start fidgeting less, and this is known as your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, goes down. So, you might not take that afternoon walk anymore, or you might not be as active on the weekends, or you might not be as active on a daily basis. And you might unintentionally park closer to the shops than you usually would. You might unintentionally catch a bus instead of walking like you usually would. And this is a little game that your body plays because it wants to conserve as much energy as possible. And so that's another way that the metabolism starts to, I wouldn't say slow down, it more adapts. It adapts to you getting lighter, and it's like, whoa, we don't want to lose any more weight, because the body's always trying to fight weight loss. The body doesn't want to lose weight. So it does these little things that cause you to burn less calories. So clearly you burn less calories when you weigh less, but then your non-exercise activity, so NEAT, goes down. You walk less, you fidget less, you park closer to things. Just little subtle things that you wouldn't really notice that actually really do add up. That's another component. And the third thing is probably because you've been doing cardio, the amount of calories you burn during cardio actually goes down. Now I'm going to talk on another episode about how cardio machines are bullshit and you shouldn't trust how many calories they've burned. But in this situation, if you've been doing the same type of cardio, let's say you love doing the bike. This is what I'm guilty of, right? You do the bike let's say 3 times a week. You train 3 times a week with weights, and then you do the stationary bike 3 times a week for 60 minutes on 12 resistance every time. Well, what's going to happen is as you're doing that cardio, you actually become more efficient at it. And what happens when you become more efficient at an exercise is that you burn less calories. A marathon runner is going to burn significantly less calories than someone who's never ran before in their life, even if it's a couple of Ks. And so all these things start to accumulate, and all of a sudden you're burning 300, 400, 500, 600 fewer calories than you could be because of all these little adaptations that are happening. And so you want to be able to avoid that. You want to make sure that you can keep your metabolism churning. The lighter you get, you want to make sure that you want to make sure the lighter you get, you can still try and keep your calories burned as high as possible. And so the way you're going to do that is first, buy yourself an exercise tracker. Whether it be a Fitbit, whether it be a Jawbone, whether it be an Apple Watch. I've got an Aura ring which fits around my finger. Whatever it's going to be, you want to be able to track your activity so you can make sure during your dieting, the further into your diet you go, you're still keeping as active as you were at the start of the diet, or even more active. So let's say you start off your diet and you were taking on average 6,000 calories a day. Well, 10 weeks in, you still want to be aiming for 6,000 steps a day, or potentially 8 to 10,000 steps. Because if you're increasing your steps as you're losing weight, what's going to happen is you're going to keep the metabolism even higher because you're now more active. You're taking more steps during your day. So I would suggest you look at that. I suggest getting an exercise tracker. Like one of the lecture that I was watching, he said if he could go back in time, he would get all of his clients to get an activity tracker. I was like, oh yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea for my clients too, because I have one and I have a goal to get 15,000 steps every single day. That's my goal. But for you, it might be 6,000, it might be 10,000, whatever it is. But the more you can make sure you keep your activity the same or higher when you're losing fat, is going to prevent that calorie drop and is going to prevent that metabolism slowing down. So that's the first thing I recommend. The second thing, Jesus, I'm walking past the party at 5 in the morning. This is crazy. Can you hear that? Unbelievable. Isn't it funny how some people's like, it's me 5 o'clock in the morning walking home, it's them 5 o'clock in the morning partying hard. Two contrasting universes. Anyways, step tracker number 1. The second thing when it comes to cardio is changing up your cardio. So if you do the bike every single time, try and change to the cross trainer or the rower or the assault bike like I do. Or if you don't want to change, increase the resistance. So let's say you were doing the bike and you always do it on resistance 12. Well, maybe you need to increase it to resistance 13 or increase it to resistance 14. If you're running at a certain speed, maybe you need to run a little bit faster, like I'm running now to get across the road. Maybe you need to run on an incline. Whatever you can do to make your cardio harder, so that way your body's not adapting. And if you can look at continuously, it doesn't have to be something crazy, but if you look at you're running at 9 kilometers an hour, maybe you run at 9.5 kilometers an hour, or you're running at 9 kilometers an hour on a treadmill on a 1% incline, you put it at a 1.5% incline, because the body's adapting. But if you're making small subtle changes, so it doesn't have to be something crazy, you have to go from 9 kilometers to 12 kilometers, as long as you're aiming slowly to improve your fitness level over time while you're running, so making it a little bit harder, your body's still going to be burning that same amount of calories. So you either increase the resistance, increase the incline or whatever, change cardio equipment, or you're simply going to do longer periods of cardio. That's like for me, I can't really increase my intensity of walking, but when I'm on the treadmill in the gym, I can increase the incline. That's about as far as that goes. So if you can focus on increasing your NEAT, and you can focus on keeping your cardio up, and if you're still doing weight training while you're losing weight, that's gonna be the biggest help to keep you on track and still making sure that your metabolism doesn't slow down faster than what it should have. Because the best thing is, I've got an online client, and she has been like, hey, do I need to change my calories yet? She's lost 17 pounds and she's still eating the same amount of calories. And I'm like, no, of course not, you're still losing weight. She's like, this is so weird, how am I losing so much weight? And I was like, look, we've got you increasing your steps. You've gone from doing 5,000, you're now doing 9,000 a day. You're exercising twice a week. She's doing all these little things that are adding up and increasing her metabolism, even though she's losing weight. So we haven't even had to change her calories yet. And that's the position you want to be in. So think about that. Look at where you can get a fitness tracker. Look at how you can increase your exercise, so that when you're still losing weight, it's not going to be as drop as a metabolism as it should be. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, send a DM to @TysonTheTrainer, and I'll speak to you next time.
Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. So now you've listened all the way to the end. That means you get some free goodies. So what you can do is, you've got two different options, or you can take them both. I've got an intermittent fasting cheat sheet and a high protein 20 recipe meal guide designed specifically for you in your situation. These meal plans and this intermittent fasting guide is designed to help you burn stubborn belly fat and get in the best shape of your life. So all you have to do is go to the show notes, click on the download link, and they'll get sent straight to your email address. It's as simple as that. They're completely free. They're gonna help you transform your body. So go to the show notes now and download your free guides, and I'll speak to you in the next episode.